Man. So I fall asleep for a few hours after having some beers, and I wake up to not a bunch of craziness. It's just a little stuff that's been about topic, about sneaker topic. Let me get on my nice comfy couch before we talk about this stuff. So I'm up right now, man. It's like 5 in the morning, trying to get those mochas. I think I'm gonna stay awake and see what happens. I was actually able to open up my Foot Locker account, and yeah, I took an L on those things. They're probably on somebody's instant ship at GOAT. But anyways, so I wanted to talk about the whole sample industries concept sneaker, right? And how people are taking it and putting it in question, or putting it in the same realm as the whole Warren Lotas thing. Here's my problem with that. Now, Damn D made a video talking about it, telling Tony he needs to keep the same energy because he talked a lot of crap about Warren Lotas and all this shit, and how he stole the brand and just kind of copyrighted it, or not really copyrighted, but just kind of swagger jacked it. You know what I'm saying? D's right. Tony did say all that stuff. A lot of us did. Myself is included in this, but more so on my behalf, it was because he was advertising it as a dunk product. It was being labeled on GOAT as a dunk product. The receipt from the original piece said a dunk, so that's where the duping and the false advertising comes into play. It wasn't an actual Nike product. If it was an actual Nike product, I would have never said anything. I mean, I would have talked shit being like, what the fuck are you doing? But the first one did look cool. The first one is a cool concept. It takes the sample, Jason Voorhees low, and makes it into a Voorhees with the Voorhees mask. Cool. That's a fucking cool shoe. I would actually buy that shoe. Now, when he started doing the other colorways, it just did not make sense. You know what I'm saying? And then I started to think like, wait, is he actually using Nike product? Wait, it's not Nike product. That's the problem. Turn it over to sample industry. Sample industry is wanting to put out a shoe that looks very similar to another silhouette, but it's using over the water product. Now, that is exactly what Warren Lotas did, right? Right. But here's the thing. Here's my thing. Tony openly tells you this is an over-the-water product. It is not an actual Nike product. So in turn, there is no lying to the customer. There is no BS. Now, regardless of the lying to the customer and all that stuff, should it be allowable? Kinda, because as long as you keep the quantities low, as long as you're not making too much money, Nike probably is only gonna give you a little slap on the wrist and tell you to stop doing it, right? The same way that they do, or a lot of people do, to China market. Chinatown market makes their little shit with everybody else's spin on it, and then when they give them, hey, you better stop that, they're like, okay, cool. And then they just move on to the next product, and the next product, and the next product, and just continue to do it, and nobody really cares. I mean, there's like a Braves studio also that hits me up all the time with text messages saying that their shorts are in stock again, and they fucking have gym shorts with Louis Vuitton print and I think MCM print, and they use all this print, and guess what? Those things are fake, right? They're not actual Louis Vuitton product, and they're for sale on fucking StockX with crazy markup. So people are bootlegging all kinds of stuff. It's just the there's just the amount that you're actually moving that's going to cause the issue. Warren openly put 20, 30, 40, 50,000 that he was even canceling a bunch of orders because he didn't want too many. That's when Nike's like, yo, wait, we fucking, we lost, 170 something million last quarter, and we had to fucking fire a shit ton of people, but yet this dude's over here making all this money? Like, well, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's where I think the problem is. If Tony leaves this item to, let's say, 100 pieces, the customer knows what they're buying because the customer is us. I know D talked about the panel and the people that were over there, which in myself, I was included. Now, I'm not taking this as shots. I just wanted to clarify and give my piece that why I was supporting Tony and what he's doing, even though I did talk shit about Warren Lotas. I didn't talk shit about his clothing. His clothing is cool. I didn't talk shit about the shoe itself because the shoe was cool, the Voorhees one. It was when he started to venture into other pieces that I started to in question, hey, this isn't a real Nike product. That's the problem. Because it even fooled my buddies, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, wait, they're sneakerheads and they collect sneakers. Like, what? It's not an actual SB? No, it's not. So I think if Tony just keeps the numbers low, uses, over water products, that's fine. But like I even said, I tried to play both sides in the chat. I said, hey, but what would it hurt to use an actual Nike product? I don't think anybody read it, didn't see anything, didn't even comment on it. But what would it hurt to use an actual Nike product? A white on white costs you what, $90, $98 after tax. What is it really gonna hurt if you're only doing 100 pieces? It's pretty attainable to get 100 pieces of fucking white on whites, real Nike product. Have your people fucking send them off, have your people fuck with them, and then bring them back and charge $275 for the shoe. $100. I mean, you're using an actual Nike base, then nobody can really talk shit, because that was the biggest problem. It's counterfeit goods, fake goods, as towards you potentially using an actual Nike product. Now, if you use counterfeit goods, you've already openly said that it was from over the water. You're not duping anybody. You're not saying it's a sample force 1. You know what I mean? So you're not misleading. But if you do all that stuff, then I mean the lines can get a little fucking blurry. But I think if you keep the numbers low, obviously the people who know they're going to be the same ones that probably buy the shoe, and I think there won't be any real issues. Now, if you try to make pre-orders and do 50,000 units, then maybe you're going to have a fucking issue. But I just wanted to give my piece, man. No shots at anybody. I fuck with everybody on sneaker YouTube. Everybody has their little lane in their niche, and they give really good advice. Like they can give you good input, good information. So shout out to D, Tony, Bull, Zaya, Skinny. That's what I was watching Skinny's thing, and I seen where Tony pulled up on it. And I think there's no reason to get angry. Nobody should get upset about it. I believe that it's good topic. It's good to have these open discussions, because it helps us grow and understand, hey, where you're coming from and what's your opinion, what's your take, and not just being totally biased. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think he should do it. I would buy one of the shoes, as long as I think you're in the clear as long as you keep the quantities low, bro. I think you're in the clear as long as you don't try to make $20 million. If you try to make $15,000 because you only move 100 units and you just try to make your little money, I don't think anything's gonna happen, bro. But yeah, Warren, best of luck to you, buddy. I don't want to see you downfall, bro. I think your clothing's cool. I think your shoes, I think you should have made highs. You should have just switched over to high tops and went completely away from the swoosh. It'd have been cool, man. It'd been great. And what you did with the midsole, your new midsole or your outsole, it looks dope, bro. With the Reaper and the what is that thing called? The hook thing he's got. That shit looks dope, bro. You should have went with that in the first place instead of making it look legitimately like a goddamn Jordan 1 or an SB bottom, man. Like, cause that new shit looks dope. The side panel, I don't know about that shit, bro. You hit the drawing board again. But anyways, man, y'all take care.